boys, middle child, so you know I had middle child syndrome. Growing up, I had a little bit of an attitude problem, but there was two places that I could go and find refuge. And that was with my father and on the football field. And I was a daddy's boy. I always would love to go talk to my dad and hang out with him on Saturdays and stuff like that. And it was one day I told him, we were watching Alabama, Michigan play, and I said, Daddy, that's going to be me on TV. And he laughed and he said, okay, son. I said, no, Dad, that's going to be me. Shortly thereafter, when I was 13 years old, we got a knock on the door at 5:40 in the morning saying that my dad was murdered. And I was a daddy's boy, so that hurt me real bad. I looked at the detective and I said, what's wrong? And I saw my mom cry. She used to make us hold hands and say, never let anybody break this chain. But when you see the master link of the chain broke, that means the chain's no longer together. So as I looked at my father in the casket and I said, Dad, I promise you I'll make it to the NFL. At that point on, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, but I knew that I wanted to be in the NFL. Anything that I could do to possibly get there, I would. So I go to church the next Sunday, and the Sunday teacher talks about agape love, which is unconditional love. And I say, God, if you can show me agape love, if you can show me the love that he's talking about, I'll hold on to you. And then he started dropping people in my life, because when my father passed away, even though my mom and dad were divorced, she was broken. She began to pick up the bottle and she became an alcoholic. So my brothers and I, we went to school with a smile on our face, like nothing was wrong. Bills got unpaid, food wasn't in the house, and God started dropping people in our life, teachers, coaches, and other people's parents. They paid for our water to get cut on. They put food in our house. They bought us clothes. They gave us the Christmases, the birthdays, and the Thanksgivings. Because it wasn't that. It wasn't there anymore. There was a story that my mom used to tell me when I was little about this guy named Rolo. When we were in Germany, my dad was in the military. He looked at me when I was an infant and he said, he won't live to be 25 when he be in jail. And it got so bad, I hated watching my mama pick up the bottle and drink. My brother wanted to be a gangster, and my little brother didn't know what he wanted to do. I was the bad child. I wasn't supposed to do this. I wasn't supposed to be alive right now. I wasn't supposed to be here. It got so bad I wanted to not be here. Suicidal thoughts plagued my brain for about 2 years straight. And I looked at my pastor's wife and I told her, I said, I don't want to be here anymore. She said, what do you mean? I said, I hate my family. I hate what I'm going through. Why did God make me do this? Why did God make me go through this? And she looked at me and she said, are you talking about killing yourself? I said, yes, ma'am. Because if I was gone, I wouldn't have to deal with the pain. I wouldn't have to deal with going to school knowing that, kids can watch the games on TV and they ask me and I say, I didn't see it. Teachers asking if I ate at home and I say, yes, ma'am, but I know I didn't. I just drank some water and went to sleep. She said, why would you want to kill yourself? What about everybody that loves you? I said, don't nobody love me. Nobody cares about me, because if they did, I wouldn't have to go through the things that I had to go through. I wouldn't be in the family that I'm in. Somebody would take me from my mom because physically, mentally, she just couldn't handle it. She said, what about everybody that God has you to touch? What about everybody that God is going to bring to his kingdom through your story? What about them? If you die, they'll be lost. Game changer. It's a dramatic event that happens that changes the current situation. Game changer. Those coaches that took the time out to do a little extra work with me. Because I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to be the average African American that lost both parents at the same time and get into the drugs and not pass high school and not graduate. I'm not the oldest, but I took the oldest role because the oldest wanted to be a gangster and he didn't graduate from college. He didn't go to college. He had a scholarship. He chose not to. He left, going to my junior year of high school. My little brother needed somebody to look up to. Needed somebody to pay the bills when I left. But if I killed myself, I couldn't do those things. So I was the first of my mother's child to graduate college. I was the first to try to show my little brother how to be a man because my dad could no longer do it because he was gone. Game changer. God put these people in my life to change the game for me because I promise you I wouldn't be here if it was for them. Everybody that you see in this room, God has somebody for you to touch. It may be me. I may be brought here for me to touch you, but I understand this. I promise you there's many more out there like me. It's just a little bit of a story. So don't get it twisted when you see the kid that walks around, he doesn't have new shoes, or he has an attitude, or he talks like he's from the hood, because it's not necessarily something that he chose to be in. It's a situation that he was put in. But in order to be a game changer, you have to let God to allow your heart to open and take him in, no matter the color, the race, or the age. Because I promise you this, there's just as many Caucasians as African Americans that helped me get to this place. Some may say that I'm an Oreo. But I'm sorry if my mother taught me how to talk correctly and enunciate my words, but she was raised from the West Coast and she didn't play no games. She might have thrown a shoe a couple of times and I might have ducked out the way. I guess I got my moves with football, they might not be able to get it. But I promise you this, if I hadn't got in touch with my church family back home, and if I hadn't watched my pastor and his wife, I wouldn't be some of the man I am today. If I hadn't taken the teaching from my coaches on the field how to be better, I wouldn't be this man. If I didn't take the time out to go through the struggle that I went through, I wouldn't be this young man. And I promise you, I don't regret anything that I went through. Would I go through it twice? No. But I don't regret it because that's the reason why God chose the path he had. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's path has to take some trouble. God doesn't use a full vessel, he uses a broken one. How can he use somebody that has everything already? I've been broken more times than not. Some people say I've gotten a short hand most times than not, but that's okay because I never found somebody that had a t-shirt like mine. Alcoholic mother, dad murdered, brother want to be a gangster, young brother want to be wild. Teachers think you don't know what you're going to do, you got an attitude problem, you're the trouble child. My pastor used to say, find somebody with a t-shirt. Well, I looked at him, I said, Pastor, what if I don't find anybody with a t-shirt? He said, make your own t-shirt. Product of a game changer. That's me.